Your waifu choice just exposed your entire personality, and you don't even know it. If Makima is your #1 pick, you probably have trust issues but still swipe right on red flags. Nezuko fans, you're either the purest soul alive or you need serious help. And don't even get me started on what picking power says about your life choices. Let's start with the obvious one. Makima from Chainsaw Man. If she's your top pick, you're attracted to control and power. But here's the twisted part. You probably hate being controlled in real life. You're the type who gets butterflies when someone's mean to you in a flirty way. Your dating history is a series of people who treated you like an option, and somehow you convinced yourself that meant they were mysterious and complex. You probably have "I can fix her" tattooed on your soul, but you can't even fix your sleep schedule. You definitely had a crush on a teacher at some point and thought it was romantic instead of concerning. Moving on to Yor Forger from Spy X Family, you think you want the perfect wife material, but let's be real, you're attracted to the fact that she could literally end you. You probably tell people, "I like strong, independent women." But what you really mean is you want someone who'll protect you while you cry during sad anime episodes. You're either the most wholesome person ever, or you have some seriously hidden violent fantasies. Either way, you definitely apologize when someone else bumps into you. And you probably ask, "Are you mad at me?" after every text conversation. You've never been in a fight, but you fantasize about someone defending your honor. Power. Oh boy. You're chaotic. You think being random equals having a personality, and you probably use "built different" unironically. You're attracted to power because she's basically a feral cat in human form. You probably laugh at your own jokes, think being loud in public is a personality trait, and your room looks like a tornado hit it. You call it organized chaos, but it's just chaos. You definitely have ADHD, or think you do, and you use it to excuse every bad habit you have. Now, Nezuko supporters, this one's interesting. On the surface, you seem pure and wholesome, but there's something slightly concerning about choosing someone who literally can't speak. Either you want a relationship with zero communication issues, or you have some serious problems we need to unpack. You probably still sleep with stuffed animals, think head pats are the peak of romance, and your ideal relationship involves zero conflict, because you'd rather than have an uncomfortable conversation. You've definitely said, "I just want to protect her," about fictional characters more than once. Marin Kitagawa think they hit the jackpot. She's into anime, she's supportive, she's perfect girlfriend material. But here's what you're really saying about yourself. You need constant validation and someone who'll hype up your hobbies because you're insecure about them. You want a girlfriend who's basically your biggest fan, which sounds nice until you realize that's not how healthy relationships work. You probably practice conversations in the mirror, still get nervous ordering pizza over the phone, and you've never been in a relationship that lasted longer than 3 months because you get too clingy too fast. You definitely have her as your phone wallpaper and get embarrassed when people see it.
Chisato from Licorice Recoil at trying so hard to be different. You saw everyone picking the obvious choices and thought, "I'll go with the underrated one to show how cultured I am." But really, you're attracted to her because she's optimistic and energetic, which means you're probably the complete opposite, depressed and tired. You want someone to balance out your negative energy, but instead of working on yourself, you'd rather find someone who'll be your personal cheerleader. You probably complain about everything and wonder why people don't want to hang out with you. You've definitely used the phrase, "she could fix me," completely seriously. If you pick Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen, you think you can handle a strong personality, but you'd probably cry if she actually roasted you in real life. You're attracted to confidence because you have none. You probably simp for mean girls and wonder why your relationships never work out. You want someone who'll step on you emotionally, then get confused when they actually do it. You've definitely been friend-zoned multiple times and convinced yourself it was because you were too nice. You probably think negging is flirting and wonder why it never works. If Mai Sakurajima is your pick, you think you're deep and intellectual, but you're really just pretending to understand complex emotions. You probably use words like melancholy in casual conversation and think having depression makes you interesting. You want someone mysterious because your own personality is about as exciting as plain toast. You definitely own at least 3 philosophy books you've never actually read. You probably post sad quotes on your story at 2 a.m. and think it makes you look deep. Akane Kurokawa think they found the perfect balance of cute and crazy. But you're really just attracted to obsessive behavior because you want someone to care about you that intensely. You probably have attachment issues and think jealousy equals love. You've definitely stalked someone's social media for way too long and convinced yourself you were just being supportive. You probably think yandere behavior is romantic instead of terrifying. 02 who are still holding on in 2024, it's time to let go. You're stuck in the past and probably bring her up in every waifu conversation, even though she's not even from this decade. You think loyalty means never changing your opinion, but really, you're just afraid of admitting you have basic taste. You probably still quote 2018 memes and wonder why nobody laughs. You definitely have a body pillow and you're not ashamed of it, which honestly might be your only redeeming quality. Kaguya Shinoyama are control freaks who think they're masterminds, but you probably can't even plan what you're having for lunch tomorrow. You're attracted to her schemes and manipulation because you wish you were half that organized. You probably overthink every text message for 30 minutes before sending it, then immediately regret how you worded it. You've definitely tried to manipulate someone into asking you out, and it backfired spectacularly.
If you chose Violet Evergarden, you think emotional trauma is attractive and you probably have a savior complex. You want someone broken so you can feel needed, but you'd run away the moment actual healing work was required. You probably cry at every sad movie and think that makes you empathetic, but you've never actually helped anyone through real problems. You definitely use therapy speak without understanding what any of it means. Tohru from Dragon Maid are either the most wholesome people alive, or they have some seriously questionable interests we're not going to discuss here. You probably think doing household chores is the ultimate expression of love, which means you either had an amazing childhood or a terrible one. There's no in between. You definitely still live with your parents and think that's perfectly normal at 25. Ichinose from Classroom of the Elite think they found the perfect angel, but you're really just attracted to people-pleasing behavior because you want someone who'll never challenge you or call you out on your nonsense. You probably think kindness means never disagreeing with anyone, and you've definitely been walked all over multiple times because you can't tell the difference between being nice and being a pushover. You want someone who'll always put your needs first because deep down you know you're too selfish to do the same for them. You probably apologize for existing and think conflict is scarier than horror movies. If Kaoruko Waguri is your pick, you're either incredibly wholesome or you have some serious issues with traditional gender roles that we need to unpack. You're attracted to the whole perfect Japanese girl aesthetic, which means you probably romanticize an entire culture based on anime tropes. You think quiet and polite equals good girlfriend material, but you'd probably get bored within a week of actually dating someone that reserved. You definitely have yellow fever and think it's a compliment, which is honestly the most concerning thing about your entire personality. Mahiru Shina are looking for a mommy replacement and don't even realize it. You want someone who'll cook for you, clean for you, and take care of you like you're still a helpless child. You probably can't do your own laundry and think microwaving instant ramen counts as cooking. You're attracted to her caring nature because you need someone to adult for you while you sit around playing games and complaining about how hard life is. You definitely still ask your parents for money and see nothing wrong with it.
And Elisa Mikhailovna Kujo. Oh, this is rich. You're attracted to someone who hides their feelings and speaks in a different language, which means you probably think miscommunication is romantic instead of exhausting. You want the challenge of figuring someone out because you think that makes you special. But really, you just have terrible communication skills yourself. You probably think playing hard to get is flirting, and you've definitely misread social cues so badly that someone had to block you. You're attracted to the language barrier because you think it's exotic, but you'd probably get frustrated the moment you actually had to learn Russian to understand what she's saying. Nino Nakano think they found the perfect tsundere, but you're really just attracted to someone who's aggressively forward because you're too scared to make the first move yourself. You probably love the idea of someone confessing to you dramatically, but you'd freeze up if it actually happened. You're drawn to her confidence and cooking skills because you want someone to take care of you while also being bold enough to chase you. You definitely think enemies to lovers is the best romance trope, and you've probably had a crush on someone who was mean to you at first. You want all the passion without any of the actual work that comes with real relationships.
And if you're one of those people who picks multiple waifus because you can't choose just one, you have commitment issues. You probably order different food every time you go to the same restaurant and change your major 3 times in college. You want all the benefits of having strong opinions without actually having to defend any of them. You're basically the human equivalent of a Netflix algorithm. You think having options means you're sophisticated, but really, you just can't make a decision to save your life. But here's the thing that's really going to mess with your head. If you got mad at any of these descriptions, that just proves how accurate they are. And if you didn't see your waifu on this list, drop her name in the comments and I'll roast you personally in the next video.